exercise before. I've just finished our weekly class, or our bi-weekly, our second weekly class. We do live classes weekly, and we were doing an exercise that I thought would be useful to share. It's about exercises that take fire out of your heart. Now, that's a strange thing to say. So for a start, well, you need heat in your heart because you don't have a cold heart. But this is about how to get fire out of your heart. And so what fire does and how fire gets into your heart, or heat in your heart, it can disturb your heart. Now, if you think of your soul as such, your soul of who you are lives inside your heart. And this disturbance of this can create all sorts of things. And one of them, that in Chinese medicine, they have a thing that happens, and it's called that your soul gets disturbed. It gets unhoused out of your heart. And you know when this happens, and you've probably all experienced this sometimes, and we have this feeling is that you feel like you're all over the place. You don't know whether you're coming or going. You're not here, you're not there, and you feel all over. And quite often people will ask me, they feel like they need to be grounded. And this as soon as they say that, they feel that they're grounded. What they need is to be centered again and feel solid inside themselves. And what happens with the fire in the heart, or if your soul or your shen is unhoused, that doesn't feel like that. You feel like you're everywhere. So the grounding brings you back to this. It's a classic terminology people use, but that's what it means. It means that they have this feeling. So, as I say, we've all felt it sometime or other, I would imagine. This exercise we're going to do helps to change that, to how to bring your soul back into your heart and take some of the fire out of your heart. Now, another thing that happens with fire in your heart is that it can disturb you emotionally. So you could imagine if you've got a lot of heat in your heart, you can be quite anxious, and if you get fire in your heart, you get quite manic, and you can have a lot of energy coming to you like that, and feel that it's like overwhelm in your heart. It's just like your emotions just woof, and that's not uncommon, and it's called in Chinese medicine, it's called overjoyfulness. Now you wonder how can you ever be overjoyful? Well, in Chinese medicine, it's that energy of the joy in your heart manifested, like you get too much joy energy in your heart. So you can usually tell a person that's like this because they'll be laughing all the time. They'll always be giggling all the time, and they'll laugh at everything. And that's because there's energies in the heart that's built up. So imagine how we release this energy in your heart as you laugh. And the energy is when you're laughing, and you start laughing, and the energy comes out of your heart and releases it. So that's a way of an energetic release from your heart. And that's how you get rid of too much joy in your heart. And it's a good thing, because you don't want this feeling, because this overjoyfulness in your heart can actually, as you say, it makes you manic. So, but with also the release of the overjoyfulness, or that feeling inside your body, comes a few symptoms you'll get from this. So when you have that much joy in your heart, and you'll find that it'll affect your sleeping. And at night time in Chinese medicine, your mind sleeps in your heart. This is like your desktop, and this is like your hard drive. And at night time, this switches off and goes into your hard drive. So if you've got too much fire in your heart, if you've got too much overjoyfulness, or too much of that joy energy inside your heart, what it'll do is, one is it won't let your desktop turn off, and you can't turn it off, so your mind will stay awake, so you can't sleep. Or two is, when you switch it off, it goes into your heart, and the heat in your heart will wake you back up again, and then you come back into being conscious again. You go, oh damn, well, I'm awake again. Yep. So you can get both those. How the overjoyfulness, just go back to that overjoyfulness, how it's released in the heart, is that, if you get sadness, and you get sadness inside your body, the way the lungs is to do with sadness in traditional Chinese medicine. When you cry, the release of the energy of the crying releases that energy off the lungs, and crying helps it to get out of your lungs. The same as if you're angry, if it's a liver dysfunction. Well, not a dysfunction, it's a liver symptom, because it can be, because people just get angry for simple things, because it is. But if you're angry all the time, then I'd say it's affecting your liver. There's something going on with your liver. But everybody gets angry. Somebody can walk in front of you and just about hit you, and you're going to get angry. Well, not necessarily angry, but upset. Or somebody cut you off or something. Somebody you like it, whatever upsets you. And so that's the way the liver vents the energy built up inside the liver, comes out in anger and goes, whoa, and that's a release, like the grief is a release. Or the laughing is a release of the energy inside your heart. That's how your heart releases energy. So if you've got too much of this energy inside your heart, the laughing will just releases it. Now, there's a couple of things that can create this heat in your heart. And one of them is through anxiety and stress. No, it's not one or a couple. Anxiety, stress, those sort of things or emotional disturbance can create this. Where if you're not happy, if you're tired, can create it. If you're disturbed or you had some interaction with somebody that's upset you, that'll create fire in your heart as well, or heat in your heart, and then that'll disturb you, and that also will then can produce the overjoyfulness thing in your heart, and then you've got that bubbling up inside of you. And sometimes you've heard people, they call it nervous laughter. They laugh when they're nervous. That's the energy built up in your heart trying to release itself. Yeah. So that's a big description about one exercise, but we're going to do that exercise that's for it. As I say, it's called Wag the Tail, and it's out of the Bhagwan Jin Qigong system, a very famous system, and it's a particular exercise we're going to do that helps to release that. And we're going to get the fire out of your heart by breathing out, just like a dog does when it gets hot. It goes. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to breathe out through our mouth the heat from your heart. Now, this is a really good exercise. If you get agitated or something upsets you, it's a really good exercise you can do to wash that out, get it out of your system. Yeah, and we'll do that. So we just put your feet apart, like that, a little bit further apart, and bend your knees slightly, and bend your knees out towards your toes. Yeah, and then tuck your bum underneath, tuck your bum, and then sit down on it. Yeah, and then you're going to go down your right side. I'm going to mirror you, so I'm going to go the same side as you. We're going to go to the right side first. Yeah, turn your hands over so the palms are upside down, or palms are facing out that way. Sit down, knees towards the feet, tuck your bum. Have your head string like hanging from your string coming out of the top of your head. Turn your hands over, yeah? And you're going to go down the right side. You're going to go down the leg of the right side, across the front. You're going to look, keep your back straight, but you're going to have your head up looking straight ahead. You go across the front, and then come back into the posture. And then sit back in this posture. When you get here, tuck your bum underneath again, so you get back in the posture. Then you go back down that side, across the front, and then back up the right leg again. And it's one rotation. Yeah, good. So the breathing for this exercise, I'm going to breathe out through the mouth on the way down. I'm going to breathe out right across the front. Yeah. I'm going to breathe out the heat out of the heart. I'm going to breathe it out. Yeah. Breathing out. Breathing in. And then breathe out on the way down. Breathing in. Tuck your bum underneath when you get back up, breathing out. Breathing in. Sit in the posture, rest in the posture, breathing out. Good, breathe in. We'll do it one more time, mate. It's okay if your knees are sore, just to hang in there for a second. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Good. Then turn your hands back over to the front, and then bring your feet back together again. Yeah. Step up again. Good. Shake your legs out in case there's a bit of tension built up in your legs. Good. Shake your arms out. Now, this is a really good exercise to do before you go to bed, as I said before, and it washes that heat out of your body, and you breathe it out. And so it'll settle your heart, it'll anchor your shen, or you'll bring your soul back inside your heart, and so when you sleep at night time, you feel nice and locked in again, and it'll stop the mental disturbances. So hopefully that's useful. And obviously somebody's going to watch this today, or watching it right now. This is for you. I don't know who it is, but let me know. Send me a message and you say thank you, because then you don't have to say thank you. You can just let me know that this exercise is useful to you. It's useful. But somebody in the world today needed to do that exercise, and so my gift from me to whoever it is. So have a beautiful day. Just going to bow out of the class. It's not actually a class. Bow out of the things. Cool. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Yeah. Sleep well. Get rid of the fire. Bye-bye. Have a great day.